Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have coverage of the GT MES round 7, I think, round 6 or 7, I'm not too sure. 40-minute race, of course, around Dragon Trail in Group 3s and Group 4s. As you can see there, I managed to qualify second behind CSX Benjeet, and he was a substitute for another racer who couldn't make it today. And the guy was very fast. Obviously after the last race coming second, I had to add some weight to my car, and I don't know what his weight was, but as you can see, Benjeet and Road to Fury get off the line like absolute units. So now I had the work to do to try and catch up to Benjeet. Heading down to the first corner here, Road to Fury is going to brake very early. I'm going to hang it around the outside so I can be on the inside for the second part of the chicane. And that is pretty much second place taken away from Road to Fury. I knew he didn't have the pace to catch me, so now my focus was solely on CSX Benjeet, and judging by qualifying I knew I was going to have a tough time trying to catch him. Coming through the sector down here, he was ridiculously fast. Anyways, skipping ahead here to lap 6 now. As you can see, I've been chipping away at Benjeet. He managed to pull about a 4-second gap to me and then suddenly started slowing down. I think he was trying to save fuel. But I did practice and I knew that this race was a 2-stop every 13 minutes. So I was pushing very hard in the first and second stint. So as you can see, I was managing to get right up to the back of Benjeet. The power was about the same, 650 horsepower. I think he was running a little bit lighter or heavier than me. I'm not too sure about that, but as you can see, I'm getting quite a good run at him in the giant suck. So I was coming down into the first corner, going to go to the outside so I can have the inside for the second part, but he was just going to outbrake me. So I'm going to try a little cut back here on him. He's going to get a big slide out of the second corner, so I had the run on him into this fast right hander, which you normally is flat out or a little lift, but needed such a brake, so that made sure we both made it around. And some great racing between myself and Benjeet. He really was very respectful but very hard, which was a very hard racer. So that was, it's always great to have a nice battle like this. So as you can see, going through this the S's down here at Dragon Trail, he was just so much quicker than myself. He might have been running a little bit more downforce than I was, because in this series you can edit your setup, which is very nice. So coming through here now to the chicane of death, I knew that if you could survive the chicane of death for about 25-26 times, you should come out in quite a good position. Anyways, following him through here, going to run a little bit deep, had to let it off, but I'm still going to get a great run onto the back of Benji down here into the last corner. He's going to stick it to the inside, go defensive. I'm going to go around the outside and try to cut back, try and get a better run out of the corner and down to the first chicane. So yeah, as you can see, I'm getting a great run compared to Benji. I'm going to go here to the inside of the first kink and going to, as you can see, I'm putting quite a separation between myself and Benji. So I'm going to hold the racing line. I'm not going to go too defensive, hit my braking marker, but look how late he can go on the brakes, and he just dive bombs me out of nowhere. Great move by Benji, seriously, props to him. That was a fantastic move. I braked in my normal spot there, I didn't try and brake too early. Great move by Benji to retake first place. So yeah, it was quite a nice little battle for over one lap, but much more is to come for our battle. As we go here through the S's, I'm going to try and stay as close as I can to Benjeet, but you're just going to see the separation that comes from it. He's already pulled out like half a second on me, and I was right on his bumper coming into the S's, so I knew that he was very strong in sector 2. But sector 1 I was very quick, sector 2 and sector 3 he was very quick, so I knew that I needed to just keep it clean through the chicane of death, and I stood a chance. Anyways, coming to the chicane of death here for the 8th time. I'm getting quite aggressive on the curbs here. Let off on the outside curbs, close through, back on the throttle, flick it through. But as you can see there, I lost a little bit of time because Benjeet managed to go through there a little bit more aggressively. As long as I kept 8/10 between myself and him, I knew that I could be fine. But you know, as you can see there, I was coming to the end of my first stint, about 12.5 minutes to 13 minutes. on fuel, so I dive into the pits here. I'm going to take soft tires and I'm going to refuel to about 92%. That extra 2% was just to allow me to push if I need it. So this middle stint now is all about pushing very hard and trying to jump Benjit with the undercut. Skipping ahead here to lap 10, this is after Benjit had made his pit stop. As you can see, he managed to have quite a good lap out by himself. Obviously he didn't have to defend, so pulled out 1.3 seconds, but as you see as he goes to the chicane of death there, he touches the outside wall and that's going to slow him down quite considerably. So I'm going to get the run onto him onto the last corner, and now I just need to get a good exit to the last corner and have a run on him down into the first corner. So as you can see, we're also catching up to traffic now. This was really going to make or break a race, is how you manage the traffic. So we're both going to head to the inside here, and I'm looking down the middle, but I'm not going to dive bomb Benji. So I'm just going to show him that I am there, and I'm just going to hang it on his arse because I knew that he was very, very quick. As you can see, the speed difference between myself and him coming through this first sector. I'm very quick to the first sector, but the second and third sector, or mostly the second sector, Benjit was very, very fast. But he goes very wide there in that corner. So now going down to the S's, I'm going to have the inside. I'm going to try and cut across and defend into the S's and just try and slow him down because he was much quicker through the S's than what I was. So coming out of the S's now, I'm pulling out a little bit of a gap, but that M3 was ridiculous through these S's. So anyways, going down to this very sharp hairpin down here, very slippery. You have to get your braking marker just right. Benjit's not going to dive bomb me. He's just going to hold on until we go through the chicane of death, trying to probably force a mistake out of me. So going to the first part here, no problem. Now the second part, I had to just focus, coasting, and then back on the throttle, and you can see that I get a big slide. Just managed to hold on to it and not run into the wall. If I ran into the wall, there was probably race over for the win, that is. So I managed just to hold it all together. Going through the last corner here, Benjit is in prime position to make a run onto me into the first corner. So I needed to try and break that slipstream without being unsportsmanlike. So going to the right kink here, going to hold the racing line. Hit my braking marker. He was too far back to do a dive bomb on me this time, but as you can see, his brakes are much better, and he is going to be right to my tail again. Now basically the first sector here, I was very quick through here. A little let off for this fast right hander, hooking the tires onto the grass so that it flicked me right. But then coming up and into Benjit's best section, which was the S's here, and running into traffic now, but I managed to get very lucky and I didn't run into the traffic in the S's. I only managed to run into them at the end of the S's. So I'm going to cut to the inside here, and if you see on the radar there, so is Benjit. They go defensive here, but Benjit is adamant on having the inside line. So I move back over to the racing line. Benjit on my inside. I'm going to try for the cut back here, trying not to spin out. Ran out of space there, so we're just going to have to be patient and wait for Benji to go through the chicane, being very cautious, not trying to make a mistake. But you can see that Benji's going to get all sorts of wobbly and go into the wall. That's going to give me the opportunity to absolutely run away from Benji, go around him, go into the last corner here, and just try and run away as fast as I can. And I think that Benji did get damage from that little bump there, because we are running heavy damage. So he is going to dive into the pits with 51% fuel. So this pit stop of his was not scheduled for about another 7 minutes. So yeah, he got some damage, and that would allow me to, that gave me a little peace of mind just to get out there and run and see how I fare after my second pit stop, which was coming up shortly. But now you're going to see Benjit, he must have hit the wall once again and he went back into the pits to fix damage. And now I knew that I had this race. All I had to do was just focus on my lines, keep it clean, and just try and save fuel. You can see there 38 seconds, so you did have to go back in the pits. Now I'm coming in for my scheduled pit stop about 28 seconds early, but it's okay. I knew that I needed to fuel 100% and just fuel save as best I can just to run to the end, because I'd have about a 16-second gap after Benji's. Well, he took fuel on his second one and he was going to fuel save himself. So as you can see there, he is stuck behind Rotor Fury, but in the end I managed to maintain the gap, maintain my fuel, keep it clean, and finish quite a bit ahead of Benjit, about a pit stop ahead of Benjit. That was because of his accident. So yeah, in the end I managed just to keep it clean and stay focused, and yeah, this is my first actual win in GT MES. The guy who usually wins it wasn't here, so I got lucky with that, because they only count your 5 best rounds of the 9 rounds, so he's won like 5, so it doesn't matter if he's here or not. Anyways, coming across the line, and I'm going to take the win. It was a great battle with Benjit. People have a lot of practice around Dragon Trail, especially in Group 3, so in the end it was actually quite a good race. Unfortunate for Benji to hit the wall twice. I'm glad that he did, and I'm also upset that he did as well, because I wanted a good race but also wanted to win. So in the end I'll take what I can and I get the win. Round 6 here of season 6, gonna take the victory. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like or comment. And yeah, thanks guys. See you again. Cheers.